Now, Rivers PDP crisis deepens as the police has taken over the party secretariat. And at 5 o'clock, I'm asking, it's simple, but I can get an answer to it. Are political parties ready for the upcoming campaign season? Because I figured, as I'm sure you have as well, pain in next year. So are the party locked and loaded? These are conversations that us through hard facts today. 6 o'clock brings the major news, and in that hour, we'll have open season. It's where you get to be a part of the conversation if you didn't have the opportunity early on the show. At 7, I'm done and I'm gone, like my colleague would say, but the fun never stops. So you should stay here.
Port Harcourt, it's time once again for the verbal contest. I beg to differ debate for
Sam Oracle Chinedu here. We begin at the beginning. That is Chief President Bola Tinubu charged graduating students of the University of Lagos to job creators and not just job seekers. The president said this in a statement to celebrate with the institution on his 55th convocation ceremony. The president also earned their pursuit and excellence, noting that he has equipped them with the tools teachers unit. So graduating from that school, make it like you have better opportunity than others. And that might be the case. But you see, the president is not the friend to urge grades to be job creators, but job seekers. But because it's the president, the reactions will be louder. A couple of reasons. Now, what have we got so far? First of all, he encouraged them to create jobs and not just look for existing jobs. He highlighted the importance of fierceness in their pursuits. He emphasized commitment to excellence. He revealed that the school, Unilag, has equipped them with everything they need to succeed. And I feel like if the president gave the same speech to graduates from any university in Nigeria, it would still be valid. So why is this special? Well, it's because the burden of understanding is curiosity. When that's something, the thing that happens is that you ask questions. I have questions. Why? Because it's one thing to say that we should be job creators. It's another task. Is the platform, is the country viable enough for entrepreneurship? Now, asking that question would basically seem like you're attacking government. But let's break it down. Let's be objective. What does it take for a country to be viable for entrepreneurship? If you're telling someone to be a job creator, what kind of environment should be created? And the answer that came back to that query was 1, there should be a favorable business environment. In other words, there should be ease of doing business. If a person decides today that I want to do business in this country, it shouldn't be very difficult for them. The legal framework should exist. There should be laws that protect them. There should be tax incentives. Ask yourself as a business person, how many times have people come to get tax from you in any part of the country? Have you paid tax countless times? Do you have people who have come to your business premises to ask for a tax that you were not even aware of? When you see them, you're asking, which one be this one? They say, no, this one is sanitation. No, the other one is this. Has that happened to you? Is there infrastructural development, digital and physical? If I want to go into a business for the preservation of food, what we call cold room, is there constant power supply? Or do I also have to provide my own power? Are there supportive policies in place that will help me? Do I have access to funding? A young person has a bright idea. Can they get a loan from a financial institution? Are there systems and structures that can support them based on the idea they have? I'm not asking for a handout. I have something wonderful. There's a proposal here. Okay, this is good. This will create more jobs. How can we support you? Is there strong governance? And I'm speaking in terms of corruption. If we have good answers to all these questions, then by all means, we can truly be job creators, not job seekers. So with the wonderful speech the president gave, I want to ask the president and indeed the presidency, do these graduates from Unilag and different parts of the country have an environment that is viable for entrepreneurship? If they decide to take initiative and run with bright ideas, will they have an easy time creating that business, or would it be difficult for them? Because if that is in place, then nobody would need to give a speech. I have a short break coming up. After that break, my question for you is, as a graduate, were you a job seeker or a job creator? Or basic Nigerian, do you run your own business? And what policies of government have supported your business? And then and only then can we give a response to the president's statement. Please stay with us. And not just job seekers. The president made that statement to celebrate with the institution on his 55th convocation ceremony. He also urged them to be fearless in their pursuit and commitment to excellence. After that, of course, I stated what it takes for a nation to be viable for entrepreneurship. And my question to you is, were you a job seeker or a job creator? And what policies of government have you benefited from in your quest to create jobs? 0817-923-0002. I believe if we can answer these questions, then we'll have something to take back to the president. Please turn off your radio as you call. All right, call back if you can. 0817-923-0003. 0817-923-0007. Okay, I'll have to take number of zeros because someone has asked me triple zeros. How many zeros? It's 3. 0817-923-0002. WhatsApp is 080-903-06416. We're live on Facebook and Twitter at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch as you listen, but more importantly, drop your comment on those platforms. Remember to turn off your radio as you call. Also remember, after this we'll be talking about the clash between lawmakers and the police. Hello. Oh my, I've lost that call. Okay. I'll be speaking with Chris in a matter of moments. But let's see, do I have something on Facebook? Okay. Well, I'll get that shortly. Chris calls from Rumomasi. Hello, Chris. Hello, Chris.
Do it before you do it. I mean, you are not creating the work.
Chris.
Because, for example,
Okay. Well.
if you are going into, let's say, Babin, you don't wait for government to buy a generator for you before you go into it. I remember when MTN came to Nigeria, there was no light. But now we are even having light. But they saw opportunity. That's why each and every one of their, you see generator. They generated there. Now they are big millionaires. So you need to create, you think, most of us, we have the money, but we use it for, you want to, people say, hey, I have arrived. And at the end of the day, you don't even have money. We don't waste that money like that. And at the end of the day, you keep on blaming government. I think we need to start something. Then from there, we can then move. And then move to the next level.
Okay, Chris,
And
can you hear me?
We'll smile. Thank you very much.
All right, so Chris just had a statement to make, and he wasn't in the mood to hear me. Well, there is an anonymous caller. Hello?
Yeah, this is Clinton calling from Boring.
All right, Clinton, please go ahead.
The statement of the president that graduates should be operators and not just job seekers.
That's right.
Not that it's bad, but the context in which it was said. Because universities churn out graduates in their numbers every year.
Clinton, please turn off your radio.
And this graduate now go for what called a compulsory 1-year NYC.
Okay.
See, starting a business, my brother Sam, is not a problem. But do you have the capital to start the business? Why don't the federal government stop what we call this NYC, compulsory NYC, and use that fund and give to all the graduates, even though I say 1 million for the graduates that's supposed to go for NYC, that will serve as a stimulant. That will stimulate their businesses. 1 million we put in your business, you can survive, even though it's a micro business. So I think that these are innovations that the government can think about. Because if you go for the NYC, after the NYC, even the money spent on transportation and feeding, you get nothing after the NYC. So it should just be scrapped and the money given to graduates for them to use to start their businesses. I think that's the way to go. Thank you.
George, hold on. I have a question. Are you a businessman?
Hello?
Do you have a business that you run?
Yes, I have a business that I run.
What do you do?
I said I have a provision store.
Okay. Now, what policies of government have supported your business, have helped make your business easier?
No policy, my brother. That's what we are saying.
Not even
no
one?
Grant that can support micro businesses. And from the local government, the state government, no policy like that. So how do they expect us to strive?
Okay. Well, thank you, Clinton. George calls from Buguma. Hello, George.
All right, so good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, you see, we live in a country where leaders only give other command and control, which most of them were not so easy. Even in their own time, they did pass through such command and control that is difficult as such that they are giving to upcoming young ones. Create a friendly and a favorable environment is key. But you can see that even without the president saying it, there are people, so many people who are choosing to manage themselves and their family with the situation on ground in the country. They know how to do things for themselves. Not until the president or anybody say it. There are, as I speak to you, there are millions who put out things for themselves, who know how and what to do, go about their business, provide light to run their businesses. Because if you wait for the government, most times you see that the government is not creating an easy environment for the people. So the president should not even say it. And I want to also know that many youths today do not believe in this country anymore. some of them, after graduation, they look for visas to travel out, japa out. That is what is even more important. It's not even staying over here and be looking, because the environment is not friendly. Insecurity is everywhere.
Okay.
You understand? Needs to have starter pass is a problem.
All right.
People don't have hope in this country. They just graduate, look for a way to move out. That's just the thing.
All right, thank you very much, George. That is the trend we're trying to reverse, because whether or not you support a person who relocates, Jagba as we call it, if you ever go to a hospital and realize that we don't have enough doctors, that the ones that are there are overstretched, you would understand the impact of Nigerians leaving. Right? Why you might celebrate the person who goes to the UK and Canada and, oh, he has gone, his life is better. But one way or the other, it affects you. That's an expert that's giving their skill to another client. Joseph calls from Eleme. Hello, Joseph.
Yes, Mr. Andrew, good afternoon.
It's Sam. Good afternoon.
Yes, it's a right statement. I won't argue with the president, but I want to say that in the fact that the government cannot provide jobs, but you can make the environment business friendly, that is conducive for business to thrive. How well has he been able to provide a level environment for these graduates to start their own business? You can recall that with statistics has shown that a lot of companies are folding from Nigeria. Small-scale business can no longer thrive because of taxation, everything hike. How do you survive? Fuel hike, electricity hike, and now he's talking about tariff hikes. And he's telling us that he wants to make a country a trillion economy. Is it by hike or by creating jobs, new industries? When businesses begin to flow, that is when your economy grows. When you build industries, you are a production nation. That is when your economy will grow. It's not by taxation. So that statement shouldn't come from the president. It's an indication of somebody that lacks economic know-how or direction. I don't go by that statement.
All right, Joseph, that statement should come from the president. A president who is concerned about the country should make such statements. And we're not arguing, right? Because your initial statement was that we're arguing with the president. That's not the case. What I'm stating is, for what the president has suggested to work, certain things must be on ground. If you're going to tell young people to be job creators, then you must answer the questions about favorable business environment, access to funding, and many other things that make a country viable for entrepreneurship. So that's the direction of this conversation. Gift from Yenogwa. Hello, Gift.
Sam Ora Koshinedu. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you, my brother.
Please go ahead.
Let me agree with Mr. President. If you know this president, he will sit you down and even teach you how to do your business and run it very well, because he has seen it all. He started from nowhere to somewhere. He has even been a gate man. That is what he's trying to do there, to encourage these students. And this is one of the reasons why he came up with this idea for the first time in the history of Nigeria, where you can get a loan and train yourself. Under his watch, as we speak, it is happening. I watched a program where a mother, I think one of the states in North, Jos, always would take things for granted. I'm telling you, this woman, when they interviewed her, she was crying that she never knew that something like this one day will come to this country called Nigeria. I've been treating the cost very bad, that this will be the first time that our own children, two of them, succeeded in getting that loan. Why am I saying all this? To talk about making the environment conducive. These are the things that you put on ground. And for you to pay back that loan, It is until you succeed in getting a working business or you getting an employment. You cannot just graduate after that your service year, then you start paying back that loan. No. This is then another thing he did again. In these the zones that make up Nigeria, as I speak with you right now, people are heading those places. If you Google it, even as I'm talking now, you will find out that people are getting loans, free interest. They are carrying people along, graduates and non-graduates. They don't want to even look at only graduates, so that you not look as if it is the graduates that you are taking care of and you don't take care of this other person. This is what this president, as he came into power, is trying to do. What are the local government and the states doing to assist these small businesses? You can imagine here in Bayelsa, I can tell you, from the toll gate, it is not about demarketing my state. From the toll gate, the drivers will tell you, these truck drivers, that the reason why things are so costly in Bayelsa, as if you are in Abuja, is higher than River State and Delta. You can imagine. But people at the toll gate will told that is they will tax you from your head to the toe. They don't even go on break. They stay 24 hours. That in River State, they even stay from morning till 4, 5.
Right,
but here in Bayelsa, they stay 24 hours washing for those trucks that will come in with goods. What do you expect to happen? So the president is doing his bit, and I agree with you. They should continue to assist Nigerian masses and encourage these students to do their own little from their own angle, and use the government in terms of security. Try the way you are trying now, because if you see even the power situation, I can tell you that it has increased. It has been it has improved. It is better now compared to yesterday. So the man is working tirelessly.
Well, thank you very much, Gift.
But he's working the top.
Thank you. I must move on now. Gospar from Rumudara. Thank you, Gospar.
Yeah. Sam, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Aiba Gospar.
Yes, indeed.
Sam, I want to throw the line of Clinton this afternoon that called Sambori.
Okay.
But where I want to differ is the area that he said that the NYSC should be scrapped. Sam, you know that this NYSC can be used for specific internship. Rather than scrapping it, the government can, offer internship in key sectors of the economy, like agriculture, healthcare, technology, renewable, and so on.
But Gospar, hold on. That's exactly what's happening now. There are lots of people who use NYSC to gain entrance into an industry, and it was a form of internship.
Tell her that, you know what, now the government should be intentional. They should ensure that you don't post them to companies, you don't post any core members to anywhere. Yes, they should partner with private sector or bring professionals that will come, instead, leave them in this camp and teach them tech, teach them agriculture. Then at the end of the 1 year compulsory NYC program, you can give them packs.
Yeah, but how many people would you do that for? There are thousands of graduates every year. If you don't open it up to organizations in the private and public sector to take them in, you're going to have a problem.
Sam, if they should tell you the amount used to produce kits for core members, you will marvel. So if we are so intentional and we know what we want to do, Mr. President, saying that core members should not, seek employment, they should rather see how to create
jobs,
job opportunities.
Yeah.
Mr. President can give a directive. NYSC should ensure that they partner with corporate bodies and put these core members to shape, no matter how many they are. If government want to do a thing, they will do it.
Okay.
They will do it.
All right.
So my tip this afternoon is for our government to be very, very, very committed in ensuring that our graduates are fixed and prepared.
Well, thank you very much, Gospel. We have a comment on Facebook. Remember, we're live on Facebook and Twitter at Nigeria InfoPH. It's Gospel Egbono says, the president means well when he advised graduating students to be job creators and not seekers. He's already providing the conducive environment through his economic policies under the Renewed Hope agenda. For example, the recent tax reform, if implemented, will encourage young people to go into businesses. We also have youth entrepreneurship programs to encourage the youth. What about the consumer credit scheme already created by government? The key issue is implementation of these initiatives, and I think government is focused on that. Some of these policies, the tax reform has been fought back by the governors. That's a conversation that's ongoing. Which other policy did you mention here? I'll get that shortly, but Triumphant is calling from GRA. Good afternoon.
Hello, Sam.
Good afternoon.
Yes. You see, any president of the world can make such calls. So it's not bad for a president to say so.
I never said it
was. But it does not also mean that anything that the president says should be taken hook, line, and sinker. If I should ask now, is that, what one policy has this present government made close to these 2 years now that can improve entrepreneurial skills? As a matter of fact, I can tell you that most of the policies are even militating against entrepreneurial skills. So I don't see it as a new thing. But what I will urge the government to do is that not as if the graduates or graduating students are lazy or something like that. But the policies are not helpful to these skills. For example, let's assume you live in a rural area. You are skillful. You want to set up a business using your brains. That area might not be that helpful as much as that. You might want to move to an urban area. When you get to that place, due to the cost of living, before you rent a place that you can start up your business, it is something out of this world. So everything boils down to the government. Put down policies that can help these entrepreneurial skills so that these people can be helpful to themselves without calling for jobs from the government.
Okay, Triumphant, let's bring it home. As much as the government has its fair share of responsibility, what is your responsibility? Are you a job seeker or a creator?
I am a creator as well as a seeker. Because if I see something better than what I am doing, I will need to opt out from what I am doing.
Okay.
To the other way.
What do you do right now?
From what I have seen so far,
hold on.
I have not seen any improvement from the side of government up till now.
What are you doing? Hello, Triumphant. Triumphant, hold on. Hello, let's have a conversation. Right? A conversation works both ways. So you talk, you listen. What are you doing right now? What is your job right now?
Right now?
Yes.
I do a lot of online work.
Okay. So you're self-employed.
But apart from that, sorry?
You're self-employed.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Now, if what you're doing can provide a stable means of income, right? If you're comfortable from your work, would you be okay with it? Or would you want to go and get a job where they pay you something bigger? Which would you prefer?
Every right-thinking person will go for something bigger.
Okay.
But Sam, summarily, you cannot leave the cause of something and try to solve the effect. Government is the cause of many of the problems the people of Nigeria are facing. Let us go to the drawing board and solve this cause rather than trying to solve the effect, because it will not all go well for the citizenry. Okay. That's my take, and thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much for your take. Muriel calls from Okrika. Good afternoon, Muriel.
Hi, Sam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sam, my time is almost finished.
My goodness.
Almost 7 minutes I've been waiting.
Well, there were other people. Sorry.
Sam, listening to the president, to me, it seems as though when someone gives you a loan and the person is trying to advise you to, by all means, try to be alive, and try to work so you can be able to repay him. That is like anyone can advise anybody, Sam. and talk is cheap. But Sam, how do you always do the same thing? So this was no talk, and we read the other president are addressing some other speaker. You said bring it to me. You said what if they give people? You don't tell them to find something to do. What should they do? Okay, they should do it. Okay, they have to get your advice.
Yeah, but hold on. Muriel. Hello. It's been right direction.
Don't just let somebody do something. People they need ideas. Don't you call good people economics? Different people don't give them wonderful things. Do something. What should they do? Do something now. Do you have enable enrollment? What should they do? Okay, they should do anything, whether good or bad. Please, when we are asking these young Gen Z, we should do better. Because these people, they are so smart. They are waiting for 1 5 years. Just tell them do something and find something to do. Of course, they will do something. And it will get back to you today. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Sam. Sorry.
Thank you very much, Muriel. Once again, Gen Z is caught in the crossfire. Well, we have a few comments here. Let's see what we can do with them. Good afternoon, Dr. Sam. Doctor, interesting. Bringing it to River State, every policy of Sim Fubara's administration is anti-people policy. If you listen to Dewolu, because of taxation, the business strive in an environment that's not favorable to business growth. Possible taxation is frustrating. I need a full environment for my business to thrive. Sylvester from Jupiter. Okay. And Hector says, Nigeria, a country where society provides almost everything for itself, which is ascribed to government. It's unfortunate that our government is ashamed of nothing in a country called Nigeria. Please tell the president, well-governed poverty is something to be ashamed of. Country well-governed thing to be ashamed of. Okay, I'm not sure. Poverty and wealth are both to be ashamed of. Since 2015, government has introduced anti-people's policy and not lead to any economic development. Imagine just recently, they increased tariff on telecoms. Can you imagine the poor electricity supply while fuel is too expensive to buy? How do we start business when the money is scarce? Good day, Sam. Hector says from Tombia. And Sunday Emmanuel says, good afternoon. Concerning the discussion, I'm a graduate and I have business ideas, but business at least requires a starting capital we do not have. To this effect, job hunter, until I learn enough to start something on my own. Setico says, there's nothing novel about what I said. I don't have business mind today because of availability of funds. Everyone is hungry and no one is willing to give out a dime for startups. You know how we are surviving in Nigeria? Let mind his business. If it doesn't want to help us, Najakwa, they are our youth mind. Now we don't want jobs anymore. Well, the business of the president is exactly what that statement represents. It is a business of Nigerians being better. Okay, so let's see. There was a clash yesterday. Federal lawmakers exchanged in a heated argument on Thursday during the 2025 budget defense by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetoku. Trouble started when the IGP was providing a breakdown of funds allocated for the construction of 5 zonal police headquarters across the country. Okay? The police chief had barely started his presentation when a member of the House of Reps, Mark Esset from Akwa Ibom, stopped him, questioning why the details being read by the IG were not contained in the document circulated among lawmakers. I sent an approved copy of the document IG was presenting. Efforts to clarify his points were fruitless as the Chairman House Committee on Police Affairs, Abubakar Yaleman, overruled his point of order, allowing the IG to presentation. When for 11, as he exited, he exchanged heated words with several rep members who jeered at him. Interesting. I'm trying to play as much as I can from that exchange, and well, let's see what we can make of it.
Mark Esset is my name from Akwa Ibom State. Okay, points of order, Mr. Chairman. Can I recognize Mr. Chairman? Thank you very much. I am from Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Chairman, I don't know if I'm the only person, but I doubt. What the IGP is reading is quite different from the document we have here. No, sir, we are all here for budget. It's very, very important that whatever they are presenting, all members will be acquainted with it. You can't give me a copy after this. It's not the same thing. The details are not here, like the zonal offices he has mentioned. They are not captured here. Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Please, Senator, please. Take it easy. it is our decision within the leadership of this committee to allow IG to summarize his presentation.
No, Chairman, we're not in a hurry. We are not in a hurry. We must do the right thing. We are not in the chamber. You are there to wait for the collective. It's not big. You ask for the
Point of order, Mr. Chair. Point is a chairman. Thank you. It's way longer. The way we can listen to all of it. It's about 3-4 minutes. But you've captured the essence of that clash. Now, my question is going to be who do you support? There's no way I'm asked that. Because it's like you're done fighting and then you take sides. That's wrong. You see, your lawmakers represent you and protects you. So if there ever is a clash, it would be wrong for you to take sides. Because either way affected. But it raises bigger questions about the decorum, the conduct, the discrepancy, documentation. If he's presenting something and the lawmakers not happy of it, you ask why, you want to ask where, you're concerned about where it's going, and it's how through all of this, there be that meeting. The purpose for that engagement wasn't fulfilled. The bigger problem is how the police is highly funded. Nigerian knows this. Well, if you are Nigerian, know, you know. So these are kinds of engagements Nigerians should be interested in. Because police are better funded. Somehow, this engagement that should have brought something good was disrupted. Mr. Point of order. No, Mr. Chair. Let's not be Mr. Chairman. I wouldn't say I'm ashamed. That's not it. People legislating got different countries. They fight everything. So they're ashamed. It happens. Shame would happen. But we need to understand cons like this and what it costs as a nation. So what was the outcome of this? The IG suggests 5 headquarters across different zones in the country. What is the game? Two comments as we get to the car and wrap our conversation. Sam, our politicians, just they play past Vincent. I don't know where that's coming from, but I know where it's going to. Throughout this session in the United States, the government has only one aim: to impoverish Nigerians and reach themselves. That's why they do codedly. God help us, he says. This has to be final call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name?
For me, I just want to be neutral.
You want to get your name while you're maintaining neutrality?
A problem. I mean, you can call your elite. I mean, if you are the only one that does make you make the whole nonsense of it.
None of the lawmakers had backup.
And you can't
speak, and that's what you heard. Well, first,